Hello, welcome to my part 2 of 1990s horror. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I was just doing a whole bunch of shit before I sat down. Today I'm going to be bringing you my second picks from every year of the 1990s, 90 to 99. I just rewatched them all, and it's my round 2, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. And if you didn't check out my first video, make sure you check that one out, because I covered my first round of 90s horror movies, and I covered a lot of the biggest. So this is kind of like the second biggest, in my opinion. And then they're not always my favorite movies from each year. Like, I know on my first episode, Brendan commented and said that we're the Hex Army of Darkness. Well, I'm here to tell you that I didn't even put it on this episode. But it's not because I do them in my favorites. I am just showcasing off a movie from every year that I feel like watching at the moment. So it's basically just everything I wanted to watch, one from each year. And then on episode 3, it'll be the next 10 that I really wanted to watch. So that's how I'm doing it. I'm giving you my scores and everything. Little breakdown for each movie. But I'll get right to it. For 1990, I'm pulling out from Scream Factory here. This is the 4K of The Exorcist 3. I hadn't seen this movie until, I don't know, like a few years ago was the first time I watched it. And the first time I watched it, I was like, wow, that was really solid. And then there's no slipcover. It's just the fucking art, which irritates the shit out of me. I've said it 1,000 times. If you're giving me a slipcover, give me reversible art. Stupid. But it does come. I'll showcase the thing off package first, and then I'll talk about the movie a bit. Comes with a director's cut of the movie called Legion. It's original title there. And then it comes with a theatrical cut, The Exorcist 3 on Blu-ray, and then it comes with your 4K cut, theatrical on 4K. So not the director's on 4K, but that's fine. The theatrical is good enough. Don't know a ton about this movie, like the history or anything, because, like I said, it's a more recent watch, but I've seen it like 4 times now in the last like 3 or 4 years since the first time I watched it, and it grew on me every single time. It now sits at a 4.5 for me. Almost perfect. Like, it might even be a 5. Like, the tension building is so great. I'll start off by saying it is a slow burn if you haven't seen it. Here's the thing, when I'm doing my episodes, I always assume that everybody's seen everything that I'm talking about, especially when I'm doing like some of the biggest movies of all time in horror. I always assume, so it's hard. It's hard to talk to the camera and you guys as if you haven't seen the movies, but you've probably seen them, if not more than I have. So I'll just talk as if you've seen everything, and I won't be. I'll try not to spoil too much though. It's a real slow burn. But yet the storyline is so good to me that I'm sucked in constantly. Like, there's no actual slowdown for me. I find it so interesting on what's going on and the police investigation of what's going on. George C. Scott, phenomenal actor in the lead role here. For those who don't know him, he's from The Changeling and Firestarter. He's in tons of movies, but he's really good. Like, he has a presence, but yet he shows emotion really well, and he does. I don't know. He's an excellent actor. I like him in everything. To me, he almost single-handedly sells all of his movie roles. Like, just watching him on screen is I'm happy with. So that might be why this is so high of a score for me. But I would say that this, like, gives the original Exorcist a run for its money. Like, everyone always talks about how The Exorcist is the greatest movie of all time. And I agree, it's one of the greatest movies of all time. But when it comes to, like, just every aspect, this does give it a run. Like, it's just excellent performances. There is a jump scare scene. Everyone probably knows the one I'm talking about because it's pretty famous. It's been in tons of documentaries. I think it's like, it was named one of the 100 most scariest movies or scenes of all time. Like, it's got a lot of things, but it's in a hallway of the hospital, and the camera's just sitting in the hall, and it's not moving at all, and nurses are going in and out of rooms, cops are coming into the picture. It's like a 2-minute build up, maybe longer actually, might be more like 4 minutes or something. Like, the build up, and you're just wondering, like, why am I watching this? Like, what's going on? And then a jump scare happens, and it's really fucking good. I love the scene. I also like that it's Legion. It's a mass possession. It's not just one demon possessing one person. It's like a mass possession taking place, which is really cool. Don't see that very often, if ever. And I like the storyline and where it ends up going. What's his name here? From Brad Dourif, voice actor for Chucky. He is in the movie, not a lot, but he does some good scenes, like where it's just him talking. He's the demon, and it's just him talking, and he's really, really good. If you haven't seen Exorcist 3, I highly recommend jumping in and giving it a try, because I think it's excellent. I'm gonna light my episodic smoke. Yeah. It's a runtime on this. 110 minutes for the theatrical? Yeah, 110 minutes. Actually, yeah, the theatrical is longer than the director's cut. That's very unique. Usually it's the other way around. But, yeah, the director's cut is only 105, and the theatrical is 110. So the director cut 5 minutes worth of scenes out of his version. Yeah, check out Exorcist 3. Pick up this copy too. It's freaking beautiful in 4K. Sound and picture is excellent. So that's my pick for 1990. I'll leave my movies this way from now on. That way you can actually see the spines, possibly, if my camera picks that up as I finish them. And then for 1991, I went with a lower end movie for this year because I had it in my collection and I really wanted to watch it. I think I seen it once years and years and years ago, but I bought this from Vinegar Syndrome, and I was like, I need to give that a watch. So I chose this movie. It's obviously not my second best of the year, but I chose it because I wanted to watch it, and it's from Vinegar Syndrome, and it's Dolly Dearest, 1991. Really cool stuff. This kind of shocked me. I gave it a 3.5. It's kind of like, it's a Chucky ripoff, right? But this time, it's like voodoo religious, ancient curse, ancient voodoo type curse. And the doll is alive, and I actually think the special effects are all really cool. Some of the kills are unique. I liked. There's not a whole lot to say about a movie like this. It's a Chucky clone with cool kills, cool special effects on the doll. There's some excellent build-up. Like, I don't know if you can see these pics on the back, but those pictures on the back of what she looks like when the doll's alive, it's actually really freaking cool and creepy. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this more than some people probably would. Comes with the Blu-ray and the DVD. We do have the reversible art. I guess I'll just pull that right out. Ooh, you know what? I think I like the reversible art better. So there's your new art, obviously, and here's the reversible. I think I like that better. I'm gonna go with that one as my case here. I find, I don't know, it's more bright, lit up. You get to see what the doll looks like. Its creepy face. I hate when these things don't line up properly. It drives me nuts. Yeah. Cool stuff. Cool release from Vinegar. Just highly recommend it. There's nothing, I'm not going to deep dive on some of these. This was also like, I said I watched it a long time ago. But this was more like a first time watch because I remembered nothing from it. So, like, in order to go deep on it, I need to watch it a few more times. But I thought it was really well made. Doesn't come with a ton of special features. Only a couple things there. A couple interviews. But yeah, if you like Chucky, give it a try. And up next, from 1992, I went with Bram Stoker's Dracula. I was never a huge fan of this movie. I remember watching this pretty young, actually, and I've seen it quite a few times now. But after watching it this last time, I ended up giving it a 4. 4 out of 5. It grew on me. My biggest complaint, I think, is Keanu Reeves. I think Keanu Reeves was, like, miscast in this role. I don't want to shit on him too much, because I like him. I like him, and I love all his action movies. Bill and Ted's awesome. I like Keanu Reeves, but in this role, he just seems like he's in over his head a little bit. Like, everybody else is just acting better than he is, and he ain't selling the accent to me. It irritates me a bit, his performance. I think if it was a better actor casted in this role as, what's his name here? Jesus, can't even remember the character's name. It's, oh man, am I really gonna blank? This is why I need to write things down. I can't remember the fucking character name. It's the lead guy that's Married to Winona Ryder. Darn it. It's the guy that's in love with Mina. Winona Ryder's character, but whatever. Doesn't matter. But the style. Like, it's really bloody, which I love. And just, like, on 4K here, I guess I should say. On 4K, the colors are just popping. And it's absolutely beautiful to look at. And I think that helped build the movie more for me, like watching it in this format. I know that's crazy to say because movies should be good in any format. But seeing it this clear and beautiful and all the colors popping and the blacks being as good as they are, and I couldn't deny how well it was made. It's a solid movie. If you love the classic Dracula story, Nosferatu, and just more Nosferatu, but Dracula in general. If you love that story, this is Francis Ford Coppola putting a lot of work and money into it. Great cast, great everything. I don't need to talk too much. Everybody knows Dracula's storyline, even if you haven't seen the movie. Gary Oldman's excellent too, obviously. Then from 1993, this is a movie I've liked since I was a little kid. I've always thought that this was really creepy. It's from Vestron, and it's Return of the Living Dead 3. I actually got the nice slipcover too. I ordered this. I bought this like 4 months ago. Doesn't have reversible art. That's fine. This art's nice, but I would have liked something different on the inside. I bought this like 3 months ago off of Amazon, and it came with a slipcover, which kind of shocked me. A mint condition slipcover on top of it. Usually you can't expect that from Amazon. But, so I was happy about that, because it looks nice in my Vestron, because I like to collect Vestron, because of the numbered spines, but I don't have a shit ton of them. I'd like to get more behind me, I think. Yeah, I only have like half a shelf of them. Not too many. Return of the Living Dead 3. Now, Return of the Living Dead, the first one, possibly my favorite zombie movie ever made. Like, it's up there for me. I absolutely love it. And this one, the second one, is garbage in my opinion. It's almost unwatchable. And then this one goes like hard on the horror. Like, this is scary. Like, it's actually pretty scary and gruesome and brutal. Like, it starts out in the first act, and this girl, it's a love story between her and the guy, and the guy they want to run away together because he's from a military family, and his dad just doesn't, like, his dad wants to move him away, and just doesn't want him to be with this girl because she's like punk rock, and he's uptight. And they end up, when they're about to run away together, I won't give away everything, they get in a bicycle accident, and she gets killed. And he can't deal with it, so he takes her to his father's lab, where he knows that they do experiments on bringing people back to life. And so he gives her the treatment and brings her back to life, and she's slowly turning into a full-on zombie killing machine. And she's shoving things through her, and there's tons of gross body horror that's just nasty, like shoving just piercings through your fingernails and out the other end to create claws, and pretty creepy stuff. And then there's a gang that ends up being after them, and they end up in underground sewers. And I think the special effects and the gore are excellent. Like, I ended up giving this a 4. And I don't know how many people actually have seen it, first off, and then like it. I think it's an underappreciated movie, if I had to guess. I'd never hear anybody talking about it, and I think it's a really well-made zombie movie. It's actually creepy. If I was doing my all-time zombie list, it would be up there. I shouldn't say that. Zombie movies are one of my favorite genres, so I have a lot of movies that I think are excellent in the zombie genre, but it would be like top 20, we'll say. But yeah, if you don't have or have seen Return of the Living Dead 3, definitely watch it on any source you can, but I recommend buying it too. It's really nice. Like, good transfer from Vestron. Beautiful red too. I gotta call this cover out, because this cover just jumps out to me, this red in it. It's just so freaking dark and creepy looking. Absolutely love it. Now, 1994. I ended up going with probably one of the most, like, the biggest horror movies from the year, and that's Interview with the Vampire. Another Dracula-ish story. This is the vampire Lestat, played by Tom Cruise, and you got Brad Pitt, and you got a stacked cast. Like, it's ridiculous. Kirsten Dunst giving like an insanely good performance. Like, there's moments in this where she's stealing the screen time from Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise. Antonio Banderas is really cool in this. One thing I have to say, is that this is the sexiest vampires of all time, possibly. It's kind of ridiculous. Like Antonio Banderas, Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise. They have them really dressed up in makeup in this and sexifying them. Those make-up words at this point. But yeah, Kayla walked into the room when I was watching it, and even she was like, "Oh wow, Antonio Banderas." But yeah, cool story. Like it starts out, and Christian Slater is interviewing Brad Pitt, and he tells him, "I'm a vampire," and then he just tells his entire story dating back hundreds of years, and so it's just going through the time period. And a lot of the characters' storylines come to tragic ends, and it's sad and good all at the same time. I actually like this a lot. I gave this a 4 as well. I've only ever seen this maybe twice. I watched it a long, long time ago, and then this watch. But yeah, this would be another one that would probably look really good in 4K, but this Blu-ray looks solid too. Interview with the Vampire. Then, for 95, I had lots to choose from, but I really wanted to watch this one because I've had this box set for like 2 years at this point, and I haven't even broken into it. This is the first movie I've watched from it, and this is from my Gamera box set, the Heisei era. Very beautiful box set. I'll probably be bringing this back in one of my future episodes because 2 of the other movies in this box set are also from the 90s. This is a 4-movie box set. And I'm going to be going through everything. So, yeah, nice hard box. I won't show off the other movies because I haven't seen them, so there's no point. But we're dealing with the first one. And that's Gamera, the Guardian of the Universe. Comes with a shit ton of bonus features. This was a first-time watch. I had only ever seen one other Gamera movie. It's in this box set, actually. It was when I was doing a 1996 ranking last year on YouTube. I watched it, and I really liked it. I actually thought that one was better than this first one. But, yeah, really cool reversible art. I'll show off the stuff here first. So here's your, classic art. Pretty cool. Then you got your reversible, your new stuff. I'll probably put on the classic just because the new stuff is kind of on the box already. So put all the classic artworks on the inside. Now, I gave this a 3.5. It's really cool. It's like a more childish version of Godzilla, I would say. It's hard because I say that, but I love kaiju movies. So I just love seeing giant creatures. And it's really cool seeing them come to life. He's fighting, how do they pronounce it? Geos? Geos? Or Geos? Or it's Gyaos. That's the name of the creature he's fighting in this. And it starts out as just a bunch of little ones, and then there ends up being a big daddy. Or mama. And this was a first time watch, so I can't go into great detail. But there was some cool battle scenes between them. The human side storyline I didn't care that much about. That's why it's at a 3.5. I just couldn't wait to see the creatures on screen again. Get past the storyline shit. But I have heard that the storyline gets better in the movies, so this is kind of just an introduction to the characters for the 90s. This I also have the other half of this box set, which is the classic films from the, I don't even know, 60s and 70s, I think. That one has like 12 movies in it. So, but yeah, I started here. Gamera, the Guardian of the Universe. If you want to check out cool, like he has so many cool powers. Like it literally, he can fly, just a giant turtle, and cool powers. I can't wait when as these episodes go on, and I do Gamera 2 and Gamera 3 in future episodes, because those two, apparently this trilogy just gets better and better as it goes. So I'm really looking forward to checking both of those out. And I will do deeper talks on the whole thing as I go, the whole box set, because I'll be watching almost the whole thing. But yeah, a must grab. This is cool stuff. Arrow also came out with an insane collector's edition of this series. And it's all the movies, the whole era, and it's in a book like this big and like that thick. And I didn't get my hands on that, and now people are selling it for like $1,000. Freaking crazy. But I'm fine with these two collectors. These are cool. The cool part about these box sets is that when you have them both and you put them together on the shelf, it creates the whole picture. So the other half of Gamera there is created. It's really cool. That's how I have them displayed. Yeah, that's my 95 pick. And then for 96, I went with another Arrow big thick hard box, and that's Tremors 2, which I've shown off on my channel here before. And unlike in my first episode, when I said that I bought the first Tremors, and it ended up being a Blu-ray. This one is the actual 4K. Comes with tons of shit. It's only the 4K disc though. Arrow does that. They only give you 4Ks usually, no Blu-rays. Comes with the insane booklet, just like the first movie. Just a beast of a book. It's always fun. Then it comes with the cool poster. Not a massive poster, just your standard ones. It comes with the classic art on one side and your new stuff on the other. I really need to start putting some of these posters up. I know it sucks because I have so many, and you buy these collector's editions and you get all this limited edition stuff, but I never do anything with it. They just all sits inside these boxes. I need to start like creating areas where I use some of the stuff. What can you say about Tremors 2? I think this is an excellent sequel. This is a 4, possibly even a 4.5 from me. Like, I like it that much. I like all the characters that come back. Fred Ward and Michael Gross are awesome. And I love that they create a new Tremor that can walk on land, and this is an excellent series of movies. Like, each movie gives you a little more and a little more, and they just keep adding to it. Awesome creature designs. Tremors 2. If you haven't seen it, check it out, obviously. And what better way than these awesome collector's editions from Arrow. Now, 1997. I'm going to pull out the movie that I should have probably done in my first episode, because I think this is possibly the best horror movie of 97 in my opinion. I'm not sure. I haven't deep looked into it yet. We'll find out as we go. But this is a 4.5 from me. And this is Scream 2. Just picked up this 4K. I had... the only way I had this movie was in a 3-pack on Blu-ray, and they didn't look very good. So, I was like, I need to upgrade here. Oh, cool. Comes with the Blu-ray and the 4K. And then it also comes with digital code that says it's expired in 2024, but a lot of the times these aren't expired. I'll hold that up there for a second just to see if my camera can focus in on it. Usually it doesn't. I notice when I check back on all my videos after I record them, I notice that the camera hardly ever picks up on the code. But every time I come across a digital code, when I'm talking about a movie on my channel, I give it away. Anybody that collects digital movies is free to steal those. If you do end up taking it, just throw it in the comments, maybe. I know I've said that before and no one ever does. So I don't even know if anybody's ever used my digital codes that I give away. I've probably given away 30, 40 over the last year and a half. And I've always said comment to let people know, but nobody ever has. So I'm guessing that no one takes them. But yeah, Scream 2. What can I say that hasn't already been said? I think it's an unreal horror movie sequel. I think it nails everything. Love how they're making a movie inside a movie. I think the acting from everybody gets better here too. I like the first movie better. The first movie's a 5 to me. I covered that in my first episode, but this one's a 4.5. But I do think the acting is better in this. Like, there's a lot of upgrades. It's hard for me to be like, this is a better movie than the original, when they're all the Scream movies are kind of the same. Just Ghostface killing people. So it's hard to be like, this one's better than the original, even because the original was the original idea. So, but it's close. I like it a lot. Killers are good here too. Again, you got oh man, my brain is not working. Well, I can't remember the character name. It's Billy's mom. I can't remember her character name. And then you also have what's his name as the actual killer. Should I even say, just in case you've never watched it? I won't even give away who the actual killer is, just in case you've never seen Scream 2. Wes Craven delivering another masterclass movie, in my opinion. It's a must grab. 1998. I'm going with, this is from Scream Factory. This is Urban Legend. Solid. This is another 4.5 from me. I think this is near perfect. If it wasn't for some, like, that 90s cheese, this would have definitely could make a 5. But I think everybody does a pretty solid job. All the, like, Joshua Jackson's pretty funny in this. But all the kills are just well created, based on urban legends. It's such a smart thing to do. It's got the classic art underneath too. Oh, pull that out. Blu-ray and DVD, but you got your classic art underneath too. Just from the opening scene, girl's driving in her car, and then it's funny because she turns on the radio and starts singing, and her singing is so bad that I'm like, oh man, this chick's gonna die. Because it's brutal. And then, like, who am I to judge? I can't sing either, but it's pretty bad. And I love the build up there with Brad Dourif, and he's got a stutter and he's trying to tell her that there's someone in her back seat, and she thinks he's the weirdo, so she takes off and ends up getting killed. I think if I was gonna say who the killer is and be like, I think they do an excellent job as a killer. The person that ends up being the killer does an excellent job. I think they nail the crazy. I won't say who or nothing, obviously. But there's a lot of great build-up scenes. You have Danielle Harris in here, pretty young, as like a goth girl that just doesn't stop having sex. Like the lead actress here, Alicia Witt. who, I'm going to be honest, I've only ever seen in 2 movies that I can recall. This, and then she was in Longlegs, which came out last year. She's the mom in that movie. That's like the only 2 movies I think I've ever seen her in. She probably did other stuff, just nothing I can recall. But yeah, urban legend. I'm not going to go into great detail on these episodes. I'm just giving you my scores and trying to, this is more of a series about like, if you want to collect 90s horror, here's a reference guide. Each episode, I'm bringing you everything you can get your hands on. Urban legend, good from start to finish, must own. And then my last one for the episode from 1999. This is another 4K here. This movie has grown on me a lot over the years, and that is Sleepy Hollow. I know this might not be for everybody, but I love the goth. Just the gothic feel to this. Everyone nails their roles. Christina Ricci, Johnny Depp, Christopher Walken amongst the insanely stacked cast. Everybody does such a good job. Beautiful score by Danny Elfman. Tim Burton directed. So you know what you're getting for like atmosphere. I think Tim Burton is amazing for creating atmosphere in his movies, especially goth. But this is a classic ghost story. Like, it's been around forever, and I think Tim Burton and everybody here does an excellent job bringing this to life and making it beautiful. Christopher Walken plays the Headless Horseman, in case you haven't seen it. And Johnny Depp is Ichabod Crane. I can't remember Christina Ricci's character name, though. I've only actually seen this a couple times as an adult. Can't remember their damn names. Katrina Van Tassel. And it has some unique twists. Like, it creates a good storyline where you don't really know what's going on and why the Headless Horseman is killing people. The beheadings are fucking excellent. Like, he just chops heads off. A lot gorier and more brutal than you would think from like a big budget studio release. It's probably, no, 14A. But it feels more graphic than you would think from Sleepy Hollow. So, I will leave her at that. That's my new stack. I'll give you a close-up. Those are all my must pickups from 1990. And in my next episode, it'll be round 3. I've already watched every single one of them for round 3. Like, everything I've seen almost everything. Then almost none of these are first-time watches. But I'm giving them rewatches so that way they're properly scored. So my scores are final. Sleepy Hollow is another 4.5 from me. Could even get to a 5 in the future, possibly, if I watch it again and it grows on me even a little more. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. I'm trying to keep these like around the half-hour-ish mark, just so my episode, I can pump out more too. Like, I might record another one tomorrow night and have it out the next day. But thank you for checking it out, and I appreciate any views I get. I love communicating with the community. I'm on everybody else's streams all the time, watching everything everybody's doing, talking in the chats. I love the community on YouTube, the horror community, especially because it's probably the biggest. But I love talking all movies. If I had my way, I'd be doing episodes on here that are like martial arts based and stuff, but I know nobody would watch it. But hey, you never know. Maybe I'll do it just for fun. If I get 2 views, so be it. at least 2 people checked out my martial arts movies. But anyways, thank you, and I will talk to you on the next one.